egy rendhagyó online kiállítást.
Right now we are opening a very interesting and very important exhibition here in Szolnok, and this exhibition is quite interesting for us because the photographer came from America. We hope this exhibition is one of the first exhibition. Also, we would like to introduce shortly your photos. Right now we know quite much about your photos, but we heard about that. The stairs, what you are photographed, is going into the heaven, and we heard that, but please just explain to me what we have to know about you.
Well, so how I ended up in Hungary was I had just left a project in Thunder Bay, Canada, and I was spending time in Texas with my daughter and grandchildren, Gregory and Danica. And my employer, Raoul Bravo and Associates, called me to see if I was interested in going back to Canada. And I said, sure, but in the course of our conversation, he mentioned that they had a project in Hungary. And I said, oh, well, I would go to Hungary too. And he said, no, we really need you to go to Canada. And I said, okay. So the next day he called me and said, how serious are you about going to Hungary? And I said, just say when and where. And here I am. So before I left the United States to come to Hungary, I did some research about places for good photography. And I was on Instagram and I found an amazing Hungarian photographer by the name of Péter Rojkoj. And I recommend you look him up. But he has hundreds of pictures, and a lot of them are of staircases, spiral staircases. So I started a folder saving his pictures of the staircases in Budapest. And when I got here, I was looking at his Instagram page, and I just happened to send him a private message saying, you know, if you ever do workshops or would like to get together, I would be interested. And he responded and said, yes, we can get together one day. And we did, and he took me on a tour of Budapest and showed me some amazing entranceways and doors and staircases. So staircases, especially spiral staircases, have become my passion. So I'm always looking for stairs to take pictures of. So that's kind of the short point of it.
Az Aba-Novák Agora egyik kiemelt
One of the most important contact to Aba-Novák is Stadler Szolnok Kft. You are working here as like a specialist and also giving a very good support and learning from each other quite much.
Well, I came here representing a transit authority from Dallas, Texas called DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit. And I'm here to provide oversight for the project. So I make sure that Stadler is adhering to the technical specification and the contract, which they are. In fact, I have been on projects all over the world, New York City, Korea, Mexico, Canada, and now Hungary. And this has been the most pleasant project I've ever been on. And it is in part largely because of the staff at Stadler. All my colleagues, I consider my friends now. They're very friendly. They're very... They provide a lot of support for me for being in Hungary. In fact, my good friend Gabor Martin did all the paperwork for my visa, and it was a pile of paperwork that this poor man had to do. And so because of that, you know, I'm very grateful for everybody and everybody at Stadler, all the staff, everybody there has just been so supportive of me coming here and working here.
A kiemelt munkája mellett és a kiemelt
You are not only working here in Hungary, but also you are representing your photo artist, taking these photos not only on Budapest, but also in Szolnok, which one is very great to see here. We really would like to get more photos in this theme.
Well, thank you. Every week I plan what I'm going to do for the weekend. So I create a folder on my phone of places I would like to visit. So many times it's maybe just a staircase in Budapest or the Kelenfold power station, or sometimes it's I will go to Esztergom or Szeged or Szentendre. And I just take my camera and walk around and take pictures.
Akkor ön nem az
So
a
you
fajta
are
fotós,
not that
akinek
photographer who has got always the camera in the neck and would like to take a lot of photos, but you are going directly on that place what you are searched and able to calmly waiting the minutes.
Oh yeah, so I plan out my weekend where I'm going to go. In fact, I already know where I'm going this weekend. And I get in my head what I want to see in the picture I want to get. But it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Sometimes, curfew happens and you have to, if I'm far away and I need to get back to my apartment in Budapest, I have to cut my trip short. But I always manage to get one good picture. This last weekend, I went to Pécs to try to get a picture of a fountain, but the fountain was still covered up for winter. But I still managed to get some good pictures. I mean, everywhere I go, if I get one good picture, it was worth it.
This kind of precise planning is coming from your technical mind.
Well, yes, when time is limited, so I go to Budapest every weekend, and then from there I try to find a place that isn't too far away. So you have to get in your mind, okay, it's 2 hours away. Let's decide what I want to get a picture of. And I get that in my head, and I go there and take my pictures. Like I said, if I get one good picture, it's good.
Tehát egy pragmatikus,
Pragmatic and rational photographer, what we can see, but on your photos we can see also quite much emotional. And mostly on the photos is visible well. The theme of your photos is the buildings and also parts, details of the buildings.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful architecture in Budapest and in Hungary in general. In the United States, we call it old world architecture. And if you're not used to seeing it, it can be breathtaking. The first time I saw Budapest, when I first landed here, I was like a typical tourist, eyes wide open, looking around, it's all brand new. So there was so much to see in Hungary. It's just beautiful. So I always have my camera nearby in case I see something, and then I can stop and get out and take my pictures, and hopefully they come out okay.
Az ön hazájában...
In your home country, are you a member of the photo society? Is there any of them?
So in the United States, I don't belong to any societies, mostly just because I travel all the time. I'm always gone. There are hundreds of photography clubs, either on Facebook or Instagram or any of those online sites. I'm on them and I share my pictures on them, but I don't belong to a club or anything, just because I'm always traveling, I'm always gone.
We can see your beautiful photos, which one is in this exhibition, and what we can see on your photos.
Well, you can see that I enjoy many different types of photography. I love cathedrals, especially organ lofts. I love castles, bridges, stairs, obviously, more bridges. So I like many different types of photography, mostly landscapes and architecture. I don't do people very often unless it's a shot that just presents itself and there's someone in it. I'll take the picture, but I don't actively go out looking to take like portraits. And I don't do weddings. I don't do anything where there has to be a setup and where people have expectations of me. The only person that whose expectations I will respect are my own,
Élmény volt önt hallgatni.
It was a pleasure to talk with you, Frank. Thank you so much for these photos. Congratulations for your exhibition.
Okay, well, thank you. I want to thank you and Agora for having me and having my pictures in your building. I want to thank Gabor Martin for coming and translating. I'd like to thank Judy Soleshi for organizing this. And I'd like to thank my friend Mickey Sandor for introducing me to everybody here at Agora and making this happen. So I appreciate it. Thank you.